Good evening, Yeshiva Shalom Bayit. Crickets? Wake up! Anyway, let's go. We're in page Kuf Aleph. Today is the Chav. Tonight is already Chav Dalet Iyar. We're already hitting B'ezrat Hashem. Few more, less than 2 weeks already. We're going to be celebrating Shavuot B'ezrat Hashem. So we're in Perek Hamishi, 5th chapter. Are you there? Where's the book? In there. Page Perek Hamishi, chapter page 101. We're going to do the Mishnah with Rabeinu Yonah B'ezrat Hashem. Let's see. Aleph. Ba'asara ma'amarot nivra ha'olam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the rabbis are telling us, Hashem created the world with 10 speeches. What's the point of this? The rabbis tell. What's the purpose of Torah teaching us that Hashem had to speak 10 times? I don't understand this. The Mishnah is saying, with one word, milli-word, nothing, just a machshava, just a thought, Hashem could have created the whole world. Why does he have to speak 10 different times? Vayomer Elohim, Vayomer Elohim, Vayomer Elohim, 9 times the Rabeinu Avoth points out, and one more time, Bereshit bara Elokim et already, another Mamar. Okay, Ela li para. The purpose why Hashem had to do it 10 times, why he had to speak it 10 times, Ela li para min hareshayim, she'ameabdin et ha'olam shenivra ba'asara ma'amarot. Rather, to exact revenge. Imagine you create a toy, and it takes you 2 minutes to create a toy from Lego. Right? And comes your brother and breaks it. 2 minutes, you're not gonna make a big deal. Imagine it took you two days to create a toy from a Lego. And now your brother comes and breaks it. Now it's a milchama. Same thing here. HaKadosh Baruch Hu spoke 10 times in order to make it important. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu was important in his eyes, creating this beautiful, wonderful world. You know that song? What a wonderful world. You know that song? You guys know it? Yeah, I grew up on that song very long, many years ago. Okay, an additional reason, and that's the main reason. We'll see, maybe Rabeinu Yonah will hit that. What's the last thing that the Mishnah tells us? This is the most desirable by Hashem. On one side, you see Hashem wants to punish the Rashaim for destroying the beautiful world that he created. That's why he said it 10 times, make it more valuable. And Hashem said it with one word, it's less valuable. But also, on the other hand, is to give a reward for all the righteous people who sustained this beautiful world that it took Hashem so many times to say while he was creating this world. Now, this is what we say in the Mishnah so far. Let's go back to Rabeinu Yonah. Go back to the page. Let's see what Rabeinu Yonah says. Rabeinu Yonah is all the way in the bottom over here. All the way in the bottom right here, gentlemen. Okay. So he says, so he says, what's the purpose of the Mishnah? What was concerning the Mishnah? So Rabeinu Yonah explains. It says from the beginning of the word Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim v'et haaretz. There says until the final Vayichulu hashamayim v'haaretz. Right? Vayichulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzva'am. Right? That we say on Shabbat. It says over there 9 times Vayomer. Says Rabeinu Yonah. Ubreshit nami ma'amarhu. The word Bereshit itself is also a statement from Hashem. Bereshit, as we know, it says Sheneimar b'dvar Hashem shamayim na'asu. As it says in the pasuk that the words of Hashem caused the creation of this earth and the skies. She'i efshar shenivru shamayim va'aretz ela b'ma'amar. It's impossible, but unless you have to know that everything was created in the Hashem's word. B'ma'amar. What is it? Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. It says in the pasuk clearly, in the Bereshit, Hashem created the earth and the sky, right? So you see, the word Bereshit has to mean something. So Rabeinu Yonah says the word Bereshit, and many Rishonim learn it that way. The word Bereshit, the word itself, Bereshit means Vayomer, in the same kind of concept. So Rabeinu Yonah wants to discuss now, what's this statement? That what's the purpose Hashem created it with so many different speeches? He could have just said one word and the whole world was created. Why does he have to say so many times, right? Says Rabeinu Yonah explains. The Mishnah wants to teach you, what has come to teach you that the purpose of the saying 10 times? He wants to explain to you that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to indicate 10 different items, 10 different objects that was created. So each one had its own dibur. Each one had its own speech. Ela kedei leipara min harashaim. What's the purpose of this Mishnah? This is the last part of the Mishnah. In order to exact revenge from the Rashaim. שמעבדין את במעשיהם העולם שהוא דבר גדול שנברא בעשרה מאמרות. It's the most beautiful thing this world HaKadosh Baruch Hu created. Hashem toiled, Hashem made more and spoke more and spoke more and spoke more to show the beauty and the importance of this beautiful world that was created with 10 words sayings. וכן מידת הדין עתיד להיפרע מהן. So too, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will exact revenge on this Rashaim who destroy everything in this world. וליתן שכר טוב לצדיקים שקיימים את העולם שנברא בעשרה מאמרות. And then the last part of the Mishnah was to give or to teach us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a big reward for those that toil under the Torah, that sustain this world. Our Torah that we're learning here. Right now we're sitting here, as we are here now, a group, mamash, we are giving a chizuk. We're giving as a more strength, a bigger, the thicker cement, the thicker foundation, the stronger the walls, right? The wind cannot blow it. This is what we're doing here, right? That's what we're learning. Rabeinu Yonah explains, the whole purpose of the whole creation of this world, so that we will be given a test, given ultimate chance to perform all the goodness in front of Hashem in this world. Okay? And therefore, the people who are doing goodness in this world are sustaining this world. This is the only way you can sustain this world, is by doing good things. Rabbi, listen, I killed somebody. Well, the guy had to be dead, right? Hashem? Why did Hashem allow me to kill him? Many people ask this foolish question. If Hashem is so good, why is Hitler killing? Why is right now the New World Order, they're killing people left and right, millions and millions of people, poisoning them with all the stuff, right? What's going on? Well, why do they have permission? So maybe that's what Hashem wants also. That's good for the world. Chas v'shalom. This is a crooked, despicable idea in their mind. By killing people, they're going to save the world. The world does not exist like this. The world is the other way around. The world, we honor the elderly, we honor the sick, we take care of the people who need help. Why? Very famous story. Could I have to say it right now? There was the Auschwitz, the Machshimam, also Hitler. This is Charles Schwab, Mr. Bill Gates. They have the same idea as Mr. Hitler. Don't think they're too far away from each other. What did Hitler do? He gathered all the Jews in one town. And he put them into the trains. Took away their coats. People wore fur coats. The women took away the fur coats. Men wore, the nice, beautiful coats for winter. Took it off. Well, they're going to die now. Who needs it? Right? And they left them in the trains in the middle of winter. Mazeh, people are dying, frozen. They can't move. They're freezing. They're dying on the trains. And one night there was a young man in that train, and there was a very old man right next to him. They were laying on top of each other. And this young man saw that the man was about to die. What did he do? He started doing him a massage in the middle of the night, in the middle of a winter. Him doing massage to the old man constantly, the whole night, making sure he doesn't freeze. His legs doesn't become numb. His fingers don't get numb. His head doesn't, he doesn't faint. Just moves him around, his whole body, little by little. And all of a sudden, they wake up in the middle of the night. In the middle of the morning. Early in the morning, by dawn. The train stopped. They opened the door. There were about 150 people in that wagon. And there were about another 10 wagons, another 1,500 people. Not one survived. All died from this winter. All died and froze to death in the winter. And who survived? Only this young man and this old man. Why did the old man survive? Because the young man rubbed his back. And why did the young man survive? Because he moved his body when he was rubbing the old man. So we're trying to save a person. The lesson from this, we learn. A person is trying to save another person. He thinks he's saving him. He actually saved himself. If the boy would stay stationary and not moving, he would be surely dead. Surely he would be dead. And that because he's helping other person. Here, this is how do we sustain ourselves. Let's do one more Mishnah, gentlemen, or you have to rush? One more Mishnah? Huh? Yes, Baruch Hashem. Let's go. Bet. Asara dorot mi Adam ve'ad Noach. There are 10 generations from Adam till Noach. What's the purpose of it? Why Hashem waited so much? You have to understand, what was the time of Noach? People don't understand it. People don't know how they created pyramids. The pyramids are there from all the way from the beginning. The pyramids were not created by geniuses of our generation. That's why they can't understand who did it. They don't understand that everything, all the structures were all the way from the beginning of time. You know that from Adam to Noah, there was not one war in the world. Not one war. The children were giving birth. You know how they gave birth? A father and a husband and a wife, they would go into the room at night. They would come out with all the children. Sorry, the wife and the husband would stay there. The children would bring them to Tilat Yadayim already. They know the whole Torah. You know how much prosperity there was in the world? Adam Arishon davened for rain only one time. Till Noah, till Mabul, there was no rain ever. One time rain came. The trees had fruits that they had grown. That fruit was lasting for the past 1600 years. You wanted to eat? There was no rotten. There was nothing rotten. The fruit fell down on the floor, would stay the same way it fell on the floor for thousands of years. No rotting, no spoilage, nothing existed in those times. You know that they had flying cars? Flying cars, it was a joke for them. It was today where we have iPhone 14. What America is, prosperity. That for the past 150 years, there's no wars, nothing. Prosperity. Look how much they create.
We have Tesla.
Can you imagine 1,600 years of prosperity? 1,600 years, no wars, no hatred. They did a lot of bad things because they learned Torah and they lose the Torah against Hashem. The only thing that there was a big problem there, that they lose the Torah, they follow the halacha. They follow the halacha, how to hurt a person. So that's what the Gemara says. They were stealing. How much did they steal? They stole less than 5 cents. So they make sure that they don't get sued. That was the biggest abla of the Torah. They knew the whole Torah from the beginning to the end. They knew everything. They had mamash everything. But what happened in the end? What happened in the end? So what happened in the end? They all destroyed. Why? Because they didn't understand the goal of being here. The goal is to care for others. Asara Dorot, 10 generations Hashem waited. 1,600 years. Gave them all the prosperity and they still went against each other and hurt each other. What happened? To show you how much mercy Hashem has. They were coming and doing machiz. What's a machiz? Somebody is a tipesh, somebody is stupid. When he hurts somebody. Does anybody pay attention? The guy is majnun. He's a crazy person. Nobody cares. He's a crazy person, right? He's not normal. So nobody cares. He did something stupid, said something stupid. But a person, obviously, that generation, they knew everything. And that will make Hashem upset. They mamash knew Shemot HaKodesh. They knew the whole Torah Kula. And still they went against Hashem. What happens? Now HaKadosh Baruch Hu waited 10 generations to bring on them the flood. Asara dorot min Noach ve'ad Abraham. There are 10 generations from Noach until Abraham. This was already less of prosperity. How many years now they already had? In Avraham Avinu times they already had famines. HaKadosh Baruch Hu took away from them that knowledge. What he did by the time of Noah, he mibalbel kol hashemot HaKodesh. They knew all the names of Hashem. He changed everything, changed the names of the Malachim, and therefore they could now from Noah and up, there's no more. We have no knowledge of all the information that we used to know before the Mabul. So, but Abraham, Lehodia, Adain, still those people they had information from Noah. Noah was the education, the full yeshiva, Shem ve'ever. They were teaching people what Torah is. Who came? Nimrod. Nimrod. I don't understand how Jew. I was in the shul. Somebody Nimrod there. Allah, who names the child Nimrod? You know what Nimrod means? Nimrod means a rebellious.
What is rebellious?
He rebelled against Hashem. Nimrod opened his own school, and his school he was teaching how to rebel against Hashem and stay alive. And that's why they were building the Migdal Bavel, the whole tower that they were going to build, all the way to the Kippah, all the way to to shatter the glass. They wanted to break the glass that's protecting this world from drowning again. You know, there's a Kippah, there's a glass that's protecting this world. The idiots today of the governments of the whole world, they already shot up 18 million rockets to break that glass. 18 million rockets trying to break this glass, and they still not succeed, and they'll never succeed. That's what exactly the Tower of Babel was a purpose.
Ozone layer?
Huh?
The ozone layer?
Not the ozone layer. There is a layer of glass that's protecting this world from drowning. There's only water above the sky. There's real water. It says that Hashem took away he plucked out 2 stars, and all the water came in and flooded the earth. And this geniuses right now, they're trying to crack the glass, and they cannot. The highest they could go is 73 miles, by the way. It's all fake. That the world right now that they see the picture of the world, what you see right now around Earth, They don't know. Nobody knows what Earth is round or not round. They can't see it. It's all fake. So by the time of the Mabul, same thing. This Nimrod, they wanted to break this glass. Okay, they tried to break the glass, didn't succeed, and the same thing. So what happened? Hakadosh Baruch Hu came. Avraham Avinu came. They were testing Hakadosh Baruch Hu constantly. Will Hashem fulfill His promise not to destroy us? Remember, Hashem said to Noah, "I'm not going to destroy anymore the world." But the people were testing Hashem. No, let us break the glass, and we'll see if Hashem will flood us or not. This was the whole idea. See how cruel these people were? So sick in their mind. Avraham Avinu came and changed everything. Changed everything. Avraham Avinu got the reward for everybody. Thank you for staying. Tomorrow we'll continue. Please join us more.
There's the water here.